So we saw that we can create what's known as an AWS service role, which is a role that can be assumed by a service in order to access other services or even resources within AWS. So let's create this type of role in this lesson, and we'll see it used in action with an AWS Lambda function. So if you're not already there, head back to the IAM dashboard, then head over to roles, and then we'll click on create role. We've already got AWS service selected as the default, which is what we want in this case. So then let's head down to the drop-down menu. From there, let's start by looking at EC2, and then we'll look at Lambda just so I can show you the difference between those trust policies. So we'll select that. We've got multiple options, including for Spot Fleet and things like that. We don't need that right now. So we'll just keep the default of EC2 selected. And then I'll just grab any policy, doesn't matter because we're not actually creating this. What I want to show you is in the trust policy, in the prior lesson, we had organizations.amazonaws.com. In this one, we have EC2. So it changes based on the service because we want that service to be able to assume this role. So when we switch it to Lambda, you guessed it, we're going to have lambda.amazonaws.com. So let's cancel out of all of this. Let's go back to create role. And then this time I'll select that Lambda function one, and then we'll click on next. For this, instead of admin permissions, we're going to search for Lambda execution role, or AWS Lambda function. Of course, Lambda, I'm pretty sure it's something execution. So I will find it. There we go, AWS Lambda execution role. There's also read-only access and full access, but I want this one right here, particularly because it allows access to CloudWatch logs. So we've got logs, create log group, create log stream, and then put log events. If you're not already familiar, we will talk about CloudWatch in this course, don't worry. We'll definitely have some content dedicated to that. But if you're not familiar with it already, it has what's called logs. You can create log groups and log streams and let your services dump their logs within CloudWatch, and then you can retrieve them at a later time. But the service has to have access to these three actions in order to create that new log group, log the stream, and so on. So we'll see that being used in action. Let's go ahead and select this permissions policy, click on next, and then we can name this whatever we want. We could do Lambda function role, for example. We could also modify the description. We'll leave it as is, and then I'll go ahead and create this role. So it's called Lambda function role. Now we're ready to head over to the Lambda service where we'll create a new function. So I'll go ahead and click on create a function, and then I'll select a blueprint to speed things up. We'll leave the default of hello world function selected. If you want to, you can select Python instead of Node. Really doesn't matter. This exam does not focus on code at all. And we'll do my test function, but you can name this whatever you want. And then what matters here is within our execution role section, instead of creating a new role with basic Lambda permissions, which would do what we basically just already did, we can click on use an existing role. Then when we go to the dropdown, you'll notice we only have 3 roles we can select from here, even though there's a bunch of roles in this account as you saw previously. The reason is because of that trust policy. The trust policy indicates to the console that only these 3 roles are available because only these 3 roles allow a Lambda function to assume them through the trust policy. In this case, we created this one named Lambda function role. So that's what I'll select. And then we'll scroll down. We'll take a look at the code really quickly because I want to point out all we have here is a bunch of console log functions or events. And then we have return event key 1. We don't have a single credential in sight, and that's the power of roles. It's using temporary credentials behind the scenes, so as the function executes, it will get those temporary credentials through its role, and then it will have access to whatever that role gives it permissions to access. This helps prevent the need to commit keys to a GitHub repository, which many organizations are still doing. So this completely negates the need for any hard-coded credentials. You don't have usernames or passwords, you don't have API keys, and you don't have secret access keys either. So let's see it in action. Let's create this function. And then once you see a success message, we can scroll down to the code section, and then we'll click on test. From there, we can create a new test event. We'll just name this my test event. Doesn't really matter here. We won't modify anything else either. And then I just need to be able to invoke this function through the test. We'll scroll down and I'll zoom out just a little bit because it's really hard for me to see right here. We will see that we have our outputs right here. So status succeeded, test event, response value, and then we have our function logs. This is what got pushed to the CloudWatch logs. If we didn't have those permissions as part of the role, we would have gotten access denied here. We can verify that it actually created them by going to the Monitor tab. We'll click on View CloudWatch Logs. It'll take us to that service. Within Logs and Logs group, we'll see a log stream, and we'll see the exact same thing that we saw in the prior screen, which is what Lambda or the Lambda function pushed to the CloudWatch service. It was only able to do that thanks to the role that had the correct trust policy that let Lambda execute it, and then the permissions policy itself that allowed it to perform those actions in CloudWatch. So I just wanted to briefly show you, just in case you're not already very familiar with trust policies or permissions policies and how they work together in the case of roles, to show an actual use case of that. So quick and easy, let's go ahead and complete this lesson and let's move on to the next.